I'm an associate professor here at Lynn University. I teach in our Dialogues of Scientific Literacy program. I teach in our biological science program, environmental science and policy programs. I'm also the Social Impact Lab faculty fellow. In terms of students and learning about our influence on our natural world, I think there's just so much that we take for granted. I think everything we do has an influence on our natural world. I have the pleasure of teaching ecology as one of my biological science classes, and I think is one of those things that's usually the last thing on their minds of classes that are useful to take. I see that as a challenge. I love when students at the end of the term come back and say, I loved ecology, it really allowed me to understand my environment and reconnect with the environment better. So that's always something that I really enjoy reminding students, is just how neat our environment and our surroundings are.
I think that his focus on getting his students to really understand the foundational aspects of his work and of his teachings plays a really important role in understanding the more tougher concepts that come along a little bit later on in his classes. I also think that his focus on discussions in the classroom plays a really large part in getting students to be engaged. I know for myself personally, I love to ask questions, I love to be very engaged in the classroom, and so Dr. Law's emphasis on creating that environment really helps with understanding the concepts that he teaches.
I always think that real life examples are always a little bit more meaningful to our students. So whenever I can, I try to connect my experiences to the students. So whether that be lessons and opportunities that I've seen when I was doing research in China or research in Micronesia, I always try to tell my students about those things.
Being able to be represented in the classroom by a professor who has studied a variety of different places, it helps you connect personally to what he's teaching. If I had to take one thing with me from Dr. Law, it would be appreciating nature more, being able to see it through this lens that Dr. Law really implies throughout his teachings, and he really wants you to understand how these things apply to the real world. It helps you when you're living your daily life and you can actually see things and say, oh, I know what that is, or I know how that system works, and it really shows that what you're learning in the classroom is applicable to your real life.
Throughout all my classes, I think I've had lots of students that have mentioned that these classes kind of open their eyes to things. So I think seeing students like that just really hone in on the opportunities that they have here, really kind of find their niches and then move on to things that they're really passionate about is really rewarding.